What's going on, guys? I'm going to do a quick video on topo maps as they relate to deer scouting. Now, this is not a professional topo map video. This is meant for somebody just trying to learn a little bit about topo maps, exactly what they are and how they can use them in deer scouting. Save you a lot of time, keep you from stomping all over the place, and it's just general knowledge. So if you look at this map where I've got the little orange marks where my cursor's sitting as well, those are the ridge tops. The little circle there and basically where you see the orange marks, those are the ridge tops. You may have heard the word saddle used before. Now if you go up here to this ridge top and then over to this lower ridge top, basically it's going to be higher on each of those ridges, and the area in between where my cursor is now going back and forth, that would be considered the saddle. Now deer are going to, now more times than not, this isn't true every time, they're deer, they can do whatever they want, but the path of least resistance is going to be a lot of times the path that deer are going to take day in and day out for basically forever. That's just the way the terrain makes them move. So for instance, a deer, if you'll follow this red line from this lake, if they wanted to get to the swamp on the other side of that ridge, most likely a deer is not going to go straight over the tip top of a hill and down the other side. They will follow the path of least resistance, which I have marked there with the red line. Now how these lines, the topo map lines that is, that my cursor's on now, those are pointing up towards the top of the hill. That is what we call a drawl or a drain. That's actually a line of hardwoods that in the middle of a stand of pines, and I know it's a very well used travel corridor from this lake right over the saddle there down to the swamp. Now the yellow line that you see, they could come across the saddle all kind of different ways. That's why saddles are so popular, and they're really a good thing to know how to find. From this saddle, they could come from the north or the south, and once they get to the saddle, they could go north, south, or keep going east. This yellow line, that'd be another potential way they may come over to the saddle. Now when they get here, you see here there's another somewhat of a saddle in between these 2 points. This point would be lower, and they love to follow that drain, that yellow line, all the way out to the red line where the ditch is. Now that blue line you see, that's another option that deer like to do. They'll skirt around a mountaintop or a hill. For instance, right here, they could go around that ridge right there, this particular ridge. So this blue route to this yellow route through that saddle, you may want to head back down to the lake or go to the swamp. You're most likely going to come across right here in this area somewhere or head down this way. So I could focus my scouting on maybe somewhere in this area, because I know from lots of different directions this could be a good pinch point. Pinch points are always good. This lake, the head of the lake, is a pinch point because they have to skirt around it to get to the other side. So you can imagine a lot of deer are traveling through here all the time and crossing over that saddle right there. So maybe that will help somebody on their scouting efforts, save them some time, keep you from stomping all over. But identifying your ridge tops, your draws, overall path of least resistance is always good. And remember, the thicker the better for big bucks. Alright guys, well, good luck. Maybe that'll help somebody out there.